Good evening. Please feel free to come closer to the stage. We're about to start. My name is Kim Utani, and I'm the Director of Programming of the Sundance Film Festival. Welcome. Welcome to the Shorts Awards Show. Before we begin, I just want to say that we are grateful to all of the companies who are official Institute partners as they support our nonprofit mission and allow us to do the work we do year-round. We can clap for that. And I'd also like to take this opportunity on behalf of all of us at the Sundance Institute to acknowledge and thank YouTube for their ongoing support of the festival and for presenting the 2019 Sundance Film Festival Shorts program. Let's give YouTube a big hand. So each year we bring back filmmakers who are Shorts alums to do an opening speech for our awards. And these filmmakers were here with their short films, The Send-Off and Rabbit Hunt. And this year they're back with a fantastic documentary called Pahokee, which is part of our US documentary competition. Please welcome Yvette Lucas and Patrick Bresnan.
Seems like it was yesterday that we were there.
There's a lot of tension in the room tonight. Some of you will win and some of you will lose. But you're all winners. You are. Let's hear it for the winners. I have some really bad news. Yvette and I have been pitching constantly, and yesterday we got a grant from the Utah Film Commission up at the Utah, the Welcome to Utah Film Studio Lounge. I just hung out there for 24 hours and they gave us some money to leave. So we made a film. It's very powerful. It's observational. It's very intimate. I really wanted to make a film about my wife. My wife. So we're premiering it right now. It's in the Shorts documentary competition. The jury is in the audience and will be reconsidering their vote. So my good friend Mike Plant is going to roll right now. Love you, Mike.
It's about our experience.
Can Mike vote for this? Vimeo's in the house. I think they're going to staff pick it right now. I just want to say I'm going right to staff pick premiere.
I'm still alive.
Are there members for Vimeo in the house? We'd like a staff pick premiere. Anyway, we just want to say something really quickly, that the short film curators and programmers are the most legit people in our society. They don't give a fuck about algorithms or tech companies or any of that horse shit that happens in feature filmmaking. And I just want to give one antidote about, you have all these meetings and it's all such bullshit with these people. Like, so we had some guy write us, he was like, his company was called, it was called Super Badass Tech Company Content, And so we had to take a $80 lift up to Deer Park to some mansion, Deer something. It's like way up there. It's where
Deer
all
Valley,
yeah. It's where we're all down in the trenches. They're up there in Deer something in these like castles. So we get there and we sit down with him, and he's got long hair and he's all like this. He's like, "Yeah, man. At my company, it's really hard to have long hair because they're all like bankers and shit, And I just like bring something to the table that they don't have." And my wife is so smart, and she's like, "What are you really proud of that you're making?" And he's like, "Documentary, like there's no horror in it. And the biggest thing in documentary missing right now is like horror. I think it's the next big thing." And we were like, "Well, that's fucking great, buddy." Anyway, enjoy being a short filmmaker. I would say 97% of the meetings you have here are total bullshit, but maybe that's just me.
No, apparently we really miss the short days, but we're really happy to have a feature. It's really like, it's the best to come to Sundance with a short.
Keep making art. Short film is where it's at. I really mean that. And these folks that program your work, they love you and they fight for you. And whoever wins and whoever, just congratulate them and be proud of them. But you're all winners.
Hard to top that. Yvette, hold on to that one. I'm going to bring up two of the programmers who oversee the whole shorts program. And I'll tell you, they're wonderful people, of course, but I want to give you some special insight into each of them, just a little tidbit. So Heidi Zwicker, who is also a features programmer, she is a shameless Patriots fan. There might be a few Pats fans in here, so you can befriend her. And Mike Plant is really good at catching grapes when they are flung at his face. He catches them in his mouth. There's video footage of this. Please welcome Mike Plant and Heidi Zwicker.
She won't be back, so please, another round of applause for Director of Programming, Kim Yutani. I'm so glad I told Patrick you can just say whatever you wanted to. My name's Mike, this is Heidi. We get a lot of short films. We get 9,400 every year. I don't know why, but people pay money, we watch them. We really do watch everything. You send a short in, we watch every single one. So we're so happy. Just on a serious note, Sundance is only as good as the films we show, so thank you for thinking of us and giving us your films. We're really proud. We spent 6 months finding all of you in this room, so thank you very much for being part of our family, too. So the two of us don't watch them. We have a really amazing staff. We're so lucky. We're going to bring them up. Please welcome the whole short film team: Adam Perron, Emily Doe, John Korn, Lisa Ogden, Emmanuel Richardson, Sudeep Sharma, and Landon Zackheim.
Okay, to present the Special Jury Awards and Best Nonfiction, our first juror came to the fest with her short film, Here Come the Girls, and recently became the first Asian American woman to have a play produced on Broadway with straight white men. Please welcome Young Jean Lee.
So I'd like to start by addressing those of you who will not win an award tonight. And I'd like to say that speaking as someone who has presented a short film at Sundance and not received a prize, I'm one of you. And I can say that one of the best ways to feel better about that is to actually serve on a jury for the competition that you were rejected for. It's incredibly illuminating and also reassuring. And so if any of you need comfort, just come to me, and I'll just fill you in. And also, it is not the case that these are the only films we liked and everybody else we don't want to talk. I mean, we would love to talk to any of you guys about your films. So if you know what we look like, you'll know what we look like after this. So please come up to us and talk to us about the work you've done. And if all else fails, just think about all of the people whose short films got rejected from Sundance, of which group I'm also a member. So, all right. So this film immediately hooked us into its story in such an immersive way that we forgot we were watching something and felt like we were experiencing it. Everything about this film was so beautifully executed that we all can't wait to see what this filmmaker does next. And we politely request that one of you please immediately give this person funding for a feature. And the short film special jury award for directing goes to Fast Horse, directed by Alexandra Lazarevich.
Oh God, I didn't think I could. I want to shout out to the indigenous people of this land who welcomed us into this space, and that's the Ute people. This is so crazy. I'm sorry, I'm crying. I guess as an indigenous person growing up in Canada, it's not even a dream that you have to be able to do this and to be welcomed at Sundance. And for this is fucking crazy. And I just hope that other indigenous kids see Cody and have a chance to look up to somebody like him, because when I was growing up, I never got to see indigenous people like him on screen. We did this film in honor of Thomas Manyguns from the Siksika Nation, and he brought Indian Relay to the community, and he's reviving it, and he passed away last year, and it's in his name and his memory that we made this film. So I think it's just his spirit sort of living on through this film and this wonderful opportunity. So thanks to the Blackfoot community for welcoming us and allowing us to make this film. Oh, and to CBC Docs, thank you. And my producer, Niobe. Anyways, thank you.
We were all caught off guard by how moved we were by this film. It didn't go anywhere we expected it to go, and then climaxed in a moment that we'd all seen a million times before, that none of us would ever have imagined could impact us so deeply on so many levels. Our second short film special jury award for directing goes to The Miners, directed by Robert Machoyan.
Oh, wow. So when I was 25 years old, I was driving truck for a dry ice company that was beating up my body. I had 2 kids. Trying to figure out how I was going to do something to feed them. that I could also love to do. And for some strange reason, I decided to be a filmmaker. And so I went to work, started making films. Those were my kids and my dad, who have consistently over the past 10 years just been partners in making these films and wanting to tell these really unique stories. And I just feel so lucky. Thank you.
Our documentary shorts winner stood out by making a series of unusual but perfect choices that forced us to engage with its subjects in an active rather than a passive way. The film took a subject we thought we already understood and unpacked it in a way that made us realize we didn't understand anything. The Short Film Jury Award for Nonfiction goes to Ghosts of Sugarland, directed by Bassam Tariq.
Hi, my name's Farizaman. I'm the producer of Ghosts of Sugarland. Bassam couldn't be here because he never stops working, so he immediately had to leave after our premiere and go work. But I asked him what he wanted me to share just in case this happened, which is so surprising and exciting. Thank you. And he wanted me to thank his wife, Aisha Ali. We wanted to thank Field of Vision, who commissioned the doc, and Charlotte Cook and Laura Poitras have been so incredibly supportive. They let us make all these wild choices, knowing that it actually might speak more and more poignantly to the subject matter. And most of all, we really want to thank the subjects in the film. They are old friends of the director, but it's really hard for Muslim Americans to talk about the experiences that we have, and we rarely get to be the people who tell the stories that most affect us. So I'm really proud of Bassam, and we're so grateful to the people who participated in this film. There's real risk involved for them. And thank you, Sundance, for this.
To present our awards for animation and international fiction is our second juror, who won the Sundance Best Short Prize in 2006 with Bug Crush and returned to the fest with his feature, Jamie Marks is Dead. Please welcome Carter Smith.
I just want to second what Young Jean said, because being a juror is amazing. It's all of the fun of the film festival, but with none of the stress of having a film here. But that meant that in watching all of your films, we didn't see the Q&As. And so we've talked, the three of us together, about these films for hours and hours and hours. And all of us are super excited to talk to you guys about your film. So please, like she said, find us afterwards, because we were dying to talk to the filmmakers. The winner for the Shorts Award for Animation goes to a film with a really unique and singular voice that came across in every single frame of the film, and it really felt like a film that only this one filmmaker could have made. It was a world that was created that was totally immersive and unlike anything that we'd seen before. The Short Film Jury Award for Animation goes to Renee Poptosis, directed by Renee Zahn. Renee. Where are you, Renee?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sundance and jurors and everyone who supported me. Is this better? This is the first film I made completely alone, and I spent 2 years unsure if I made a film or a pile of nonsense. And I'm just really grateful and inspired and glad that it's not a pile of nonsense. Thank you to my brilliant sound designer, Jacob Kinch, for your bravery and patience, and my composer, Raylan Yount, for your beautiful music, and to my parents for everything, and to Janice and Mark for your warmth and love, and for giving me a home here at the festival. Thank you so much.
Okay, so this next award goes to a film that all of us, there were so many things that we loved about this film. The incredible performances, the flawless attention to detail and design, the pacing and the storytelling. All of us felt like it was a film that succeeded at everything that it was trying to do, but somehow didn't feel like it was trying hard to do that. It felt effortless. The Short Film Jury Award for International Fiction goes to Dunya's Day, Raed Al-Asmari.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the Sundance programmers for taking a chance on this film, the jurors, and I want to start by thanking my family and friends back in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, without whom this film could not have been possible. I want to thank the bravest cast of badass Saudi women led by the phenomenal Sara Belghanem. And I want to thank my producer, my backbone, Sarah Nawasra. She's back there. Thank you to the entire Dunya's Day family, my Ollie, Tamara, everybody else in the crew. And thank you so much. This means so much. And here's to more films out of the Arab and Muslim world that are told by us. And enough with the trauma. Let's have fun. Thank you.
For our final 2 awards for U.S. Fiction and the Grand Jury Prize, our third juror has appeared in several films that have played at Sundance, including in 2014 as the lead in A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, and last year in Next Innovator Award winner We the Animals. Please welcome Sheila Vand.
Hi. In honor of risking independence and pushing boundaries, I wore these ridiculous red pants for you guys. We saw so many impactful, insightful, and inspiring films. Like, I'm so proud and blown away. And piggybacking kind of on what young Jean was saying, to those of you who aren't gonna win tonight, I just want you to know I've never been nominated for anything in my life, but here I am. So don't worry about it, okay? And also just another quick small note. I know there were a couple filmmakers who couldn't be here this year because of where they come from. I also come from a Muslim banned country. I come from Iran. So I feel really grateful that I do get to be here. And I just want to thank Sundance for seeing us and accepting us where we're not always accepted. Thank you. So I'm an actor, so I'm going to just say one thing about acting. The actors in this next film really did blow me away. They gave such deeply grounded and fully formed performances that we all felt like we really entered their world. A simple story, perfectly told, this film brought strength, compassion, and complexity to a subject that is rarely granted those things. It is our honor to present the Short Film Jury Award for U.S. Fiction to Green, directed by Suzanne Andrews Correa.
I really didn't expect this at all. So thank you to Sundance, who has supported me for now a year or more and continues to support me. Obviously, I need to thank the person who brought me this incredible story, the producer, Mustafa Kaymak, and co-writer. Thank you. You are amazing, a wonderful partner. Also, Aziz is here, who is Abi, to those of you who saw the short. Thank you for your amazing performance, for filling out this world for me. A Mexican-American woman doesn't know much about Turkish men living in New York, so thank you for that. And to Farhad, thank you for being my partner, for taking a fall for us, very literally, for going to the hospital and coming back. I could stand here forever, but I won't. Thank you so much.
So we saw so many films that were extremely successful in doing what they set out to do, but we were particularly impressed by what this next film set out to do. We thought that it would be something that would be challenging for anyone. With a brave imagination and a singular voice, this film took us through many unexpected turns and found humor and hope in circumstances that are truly horrific. We're really honored to announce the Sundance Short Film Grand Jury Prize to Aziza, directed by Sudad Kadan. Unfortunately, Sudad couldn't be here, but she did send in something for us to show you guys.
Good evening, everyone. I'm in Rotterdam Film Festival representing my film, and it's a little bit difficult to imagine a full room in Sundance Film Festival. So I really hoped and wish to be with you now to represent the film and to celebrate it. And it would have been my first time in Sundance Film Festival. But I'm not talking now about the freedom of mobility and the travel ban, because this is a long struggle and we need the solidarity of everyone to make it and change it. I will talk about how the story of this film came to me, because it needs to say it and to tell it in this evening now. The story of the film came to me when my sister and producer sold her beloved car, so we can cover a little bit of the expenses of my first feature film. She used to call her name Aziza, and Aziza, the car in the short film now in Sundance, represent all the challenges and madness of making simple things in life, like the act of driving and the act of making films, when you feel like you lost your country in a long struggle, in a long war. So for that, I want to thank the jury. I'm deeply grateful and humble for recognizing the film. And I want to thank the amazing actors. You saw them in this film. They are hilarious. I want to also thank the team and my family and the sponsors, Search for Common Grounds and Medani, for helping me make this film. Once again, we said our stories with our own voices, challenging the stereotypes of being Syrians, and we made it. So to the next film, I wish you a very nice evening in Sundance now, and congratulations everyone. Thank you. And big hugs from Rotterdam.
Thanks, everybody. That's the end of our show, but the party, of course, is like another 7 hours tonight. You've all worked very hard. You're not here on accident, so thank you for coming to Sundance, and keep making films, and have a good night.